Hi, my name is Ikumi. Today, I'd like to talk about whether there is a relationship between procrastination behavior on assignment and getting good grades. Procrastination is often done by many students. Many students around me are like that. That's why I chose this theme. According to Fujita and Kishida 2010, there are 3 reasons to cause procrastination. From the research, I can show you how working on assignment can lead to good grades, and as a result, your grade may go up. The purpose of this presentation is to examine the relationship between procrastination behavior on assignment and getting good grades. This is this outline. First, I'll talk about the meaning of procrastination. Second, I'll discuss the relationship between procrastination behavior and getting good grades. Third, I'll examine the relationship between the reason for procrastination and getting good grades. And fourth, I'll talk about my research and papers comparison. Finally, I'll conclude the point of this presentation. I think many of you in here have never heard the word procrastination. This is a sample of procrastination. This sentence says, I have a time and I'll do it tomorrow. This kind of behavior called procrastination. I conducted a questionnaire and 27 students answered this questionnaire. This questionnaire asked, if an assignment was due a week before submission, when would you turn it in? More than 50% of students answered they would turn it in 2 or 1 days before submission date, followed by 37% who would turn it in on the last date, and no one said they would turn in 7 or 6 days in advance. This is the distribution of each. This medal is a ranking of averages. Those who 4 or 3 days in advance have the highest average. And interesting things about this figure is that as you go from left to right, there is more variation in the result. And I also asked only those who 2 or 1 days in advance why they procrastinated, and it had anything to do with their grades. Most common being think do it later, and other 3 reasons were also observed. Looking at the grades by reason, the left side of the figure shows that grades vary from person to person. I find that there are people of all grades here. On the right side, on the other hand, I find only 2 patterns of grades. From my research has shown that grades vary depending on when assignment was made and the reason for procrastinating. According to Kohama 2012, priority of other things due to low interest in the task and affirmation of procrastination tend to have lower achievement goals for the task and lower grades. In contrast, those who procrastinated due to recognition of the difficulty of the task tended to have high self-esteem and high grades. This is the same results as my research. According to Nieberding and Hepra 2021, there is a relationship between procrastination behavior and grades, but these are only applicable when grades can be given only by submitting assignments, and there is no significant relationship between procrastination behavior and paper test scores. Let me summarize the point of this presentation. The purpose of this presentation was to examine the relationship between procrastination behavior on assignments and getting good grades. From the research, I found that there is no significant change on grades depending on when the assignment was made. But consistent people have more stable grades than other people. So if you want to get score above average, it might be a good idea to try to imitate submit before 4 or 3 days in advance. Thank you for listening.